All right, why people are losing hope in dating by Brent Cooper. Why
How
young
would you
people?
categorize the state of dating advice for young people at the moment?
Terrible. It's
Brent
awful.
Cooper
It's a
and Chris
treacherous
Williamson.
landscape. It is
I
just
randomly just
barren.
seen this, so I don't know what to expect.
One thing that I've been talking a lot about on the show, and I would actually love to hear your thoughts on this because we've talked about dating here and there. Um, I just don't think my generation knows how. Like, I was never taught how to date.
Nobody
My
was
first
taught to
dating
date.
experiences were on dating apps,
That's
which is
fine.
wild. And so I hear about young men not wanting to approach women, and obviously there's the Me Too movement. There's a lot of concerns about rejection. Women are now saying, by and large, they want to be approached, but obviously so many women are just like, oh, that's creepy, whatever. It's just very
The
confusing.
the thing is with technology and time, let me just say this to get it off. Uh, Dating might change. Things change, you feel me? And that's so is life with evolution, you feel me? So even though people might not approach as much, people are still meeting people online, right? Dating apps, whatever, and meeting up with people. The problem is, to me, is people have so many options because we have the internet and things like that, to where instead of working through things and getting to know somebody, or whatever the case may be, um, people are quick to be like, oh, if this person isn't like this, I'm on to the next. I'm on to the next. And I think, and also if you find something that you don't like about a person, even if it's something minor, you might be like, I don't really like that. Let me go, instead of like working through it, the problem with this person, let me go ahead and try to find somebody else. So it's like a never really building a relationship and connection. This is my own thought process of this generation in dating. You feel me? So it's like motherfuckers can't never really get into a relationship for real because it's just so much bullshit happening. Not always, but a lot of times.
There are nuances in dating and approaching women and starting relationships that you kind of have to just learn.
You gotta
And
learn.
my generation,
Motherfuckers don't want to
never had
learn.
do that. I mean, again, like I went to UCLA, was 18, but I went in as a junior.
And also, a lot of motherfuckers is getting ran through. Motherfuckers is becoming hoes at early ages. Because like I said, with all that access, they meet new people, this and that. Grown man trying to fuck 18, 17, like on some weird shit. And because I'm sure niggas have talked to, like, you been in high school, knew a girl, and she was talking to a nigga that was like 22, and she like 16, 17. You feel me? So motherfuckers is going through, and that shouldn't be happening, but since we got the internet, it's easy access for a lot of niggas. You feel me? So they doing weird shit. These motherfuckers is getting ran through at a young age, and it's just all over the place. So then they get to about 21, 22, they want a relationship. And niggas ain't stupid. Niggas still, like, niggas got eyeballs. Niggas see what's going on. So niggas don't want to cuff y'all. Niggas is like, we just gonna fuck. And now a lot of niggas, this they first time. So we know we try to get out here with niggas try to fuck. Like, so it's all over the place, you feel me? It's bad. Because that's, at 20, like I said, I was trying to find love. Was talking to, different women, whatever. Realized I'm talking to them. A lot of their ass ran through. I'm not gonna cuff one of these hoes, so I just started fucking. That's what happened. And you feel me?
And I joined a sorority because I wanted to have like the all-American traditional
fuck
experience. Wanted to do something traditional
Cuff
for
you
once
hoe,
in my life.
bitch. Fuck wrong with you?
And right
Slut.
after I rushed the sorority and got in, I was sitting in a room with my big, and she was like,
You what?
my big. Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, so in Greek life you have like bigs and littles. So I was somebody's little. So when I joined the sorority, there was somebody who had already joined a year prior.
Right.
And they like usher you in,
Your
or
mentor
your
or some
mentor,
shit.
your friend.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
bigs and littles.
We're
So I was
on-
with my big.
We're on the same page. Yep.
Yes. And fraternities had that as well. Anyway, I was sitting with her in her room, and they were shocked that I had never been on Tinder, that I had never dated before. They were shocked that I was a virgin. I mean, it was just like, this is insane. How could you? And I mean, and I found out later on, I mean, these girls had multiple abortions and were very, very sexually and,
You see what I'm saying? This is college. This is college life. These girls are probably 18 to like 23. Probably not even that. The one she talking about. It sounds like they younger than that. But multiple abortions, they ran through Tinder, all of that. They trying to fuck. And niggas are realizing this. So it's like, niggas is like, why am I going to cuff you when you were just out here fucking? I'm not about to be the laughing stock. I'm not about to. And these bitches be stupid. They talking about, oh, my past don't matter. Bitch, your past was 2 weeks ago. You was fucked 5 niggas. You want me?
Relationship-wise ahead of me. And I had not thought anything of it up until this point because I hadn't been around it, and I just kind of stayed in my own bubble.
I'm fucking my
You're like, well, you
stomach
got to
up
get
right
on
now.
Tinder. You got to do it. And there's no
moreover,
hazing
why you on
allowed at
Tinder? You
UCLA,
in college.
especially
You in
not
college.
in sororities.
Go to a party.
But they kind of made a joke, and they're like, you're going to be your hazing. You need to get on dating apps. This is how you're going to date. And it was so weird. The boy that I dated in college, like my college boyfriend, met on Hinge. Like, that was how I dated. That's how everyone around me
though,
dated. And so when I hear,
like I said, to me, the date app scene isn't really crazy because you can find you can find like a real relationship and love. Like the shorty I talked to, like I was really like locked in with. I met online on some shit. You feel me? Like you can find somebody online and meet them in person. I don't do the long distance, and I'm not doing that shit. But like I'll meet you and then we could go from there. I don't think it's really a problem to find somebody online and connect. I think the problem just comes in with, of course, you gotta also be able to communicate. You, because I'm a nigga. I actually like real life interactions and communicating with people. You can't be all talk online and then meet with a person and have no communication skill. That's where a problem can occur. 1, 2, like I said, I think relationships is just bad because motherfuckers got so much. You can be accessed, vulnerable. I think that's the word. I can't pronounce certain words, but you feel me? You got so much access to so many people. Motherfuckers don't want to really settle down at a young age. You feel me? Whether they tell you they do or they don't. I'm talking through experience right now with that. A motherfucker can be like, yeah, I want a relationship, woody woo. And, later down the line, they be like, oh, well, I'm not really sure what I want. It's like, you feel me? But you chop it up. It's part of the game. You feel me? You live and you learn type shit.
People online, when I'm reading in the comment section, like, I don't know how to approach somebody. I'm so nervous. Girls not knowing how to respond.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we've completely lost that. It's not their fault. It's because they've just gone online. You're sliding into DMs. You're
just gotta
swiping
not
right and
give a
left, and
fuck.
that's an
That's
addictive
hard.
game
Just
in and of
don't
itself.
Give a fuck, bro.
And so then,
Just say some goofy shit. Don't like you can come up with some swag, but as a nigga, if you want to shoot your shot, just say some goofy shit. You see how, or just compliment her. Just be like, hey, I thought you was very. I seen you walking. I say you walking that way. She coming this way. Try to make some eye contact. If y'all make eye contact, be like, hey, I really like what you got on. Oh, thank you. Then whatever. Be like, oh, she like, oh, thank you. You mean like, oh, by the way, can I get your name or some shit? Like you ain't gotta. I think niggas are overcomplicated. Like you don't gotta have a pickup line. You could just communicate. Like just say some cool shit. If you could be goofy, you could be like, hey, you dropped some. Have her turn around. Be like, you can say some shit like, yeah, you dropped some. And then pull out your phone and be like, put your number. I don't know. It's just say some goofy shit. I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think of some shit, but I'm off my game. Like I said, I've been out the game for a little minute. Like as far as like, cause like I said, I was locked in with a shorty, but usually I'm on it type shit. But yeah,
now we're seeing, droves of people leaving dating apps, especially with everything that like Bumble did. Bumble had a huge loss when they did their ridiculous rebrand, the most idiotic thing they've ever done. People wanting to be off the apps but not knowing how to date outside of them. So it really is, it's abysmal for a lot of reasons, but especially that as
or
well.
you come up to her like this, be like, damn, be like, excuse me, I'm missing something. Can you help me find it? And she can be like, what? Pull out your phone, your number, bam. That simple. It ain't nothing crazy. It's a little corny, but it is what it is. Bitch might like it. If she think you cute, she gonna fuck with it. Just be like, hey, excuse me, miss, or whatever. Be like, excuse me, I know I'm taking up your time, but I'm missing something. Can you help me find it? It'll take 2 seconds. She might be like, yeah, no problem. What is it? Bam, pull out your phone, be like, your number. What's your name? You know what I mean?
Been thinking about recently.
Yeah, I had this idea of mutually assured deception, which I think is what a lot of people have. They're so scared
Your
of
number and
opening
name,
up
beautiful.
because one of the
Ooh.
worst things that you can be is gullible and naive
Yeah.
in dating. You know, there's something kind of cool about being aloof and a bit sardonic and a bit
Yeah.
standoffish. You know, I'm too good for this. There's no way that you could hurt me. Yeah, you know,
Come
it's
off
sort
with
of easy come,
standards
easy
too
go.
high.
Yeah.
But I think that
You
is
can't
just
be a fat bitch or ugly ass nigga expecting
suboptimal
a
solution
10.
to a suboptimal problem.
Yeah.
Like, that is someone trying to reverse engineer the dating environment into their preferences, as opposed to doing it the other way around.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have two people, neither of whom are prepared to open up fully in case they get hurt,
Yeah.
both of whom are terrified of being hurt, and both of
Yes.
whom just never show themselves to the other person.
Correct.
So yeah, I think that's a big concern. And then when it comes to the approaching thing and the being in real life, it's always been that way. Like, the reason that the guy that founded CBT was to overcome his approach anxiety for women. That was originally what it was designed for. So this has
Wow.
happened
I don't-
for as
I
long
don't
as
know what
time has been
CBT is.
around. The difference now, I think, is that any small psychological challenge becomes pathologized and
Yes.
becomes laid at the feet of the modern world. So this is because of Tinder. This is because of online dating. It's like, what if this was just endemic to being a guy?
Yeah.
That approaching a woman is going to be scary and always going to be scary. And maybe the difference now is that you're just a bit less socially adept. You haven't spent that much more time out and about. You don't have robust social networks. You don't really know as many people.
I do think,
that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And what
I do think it is affecting niggas, like, just online internet shit, just affecting niggas, like, negatively in a lot of ways. You feel me? Because, like I said, a nigga like me, I can do both. I can get on an app, or I can meet a bitch and see some fine shit and just be like, you know, talk to her. One time I was driving down the street and seen some shit. Nigga, I went, looped around, parked my car, got out, walked across the street, and asked the bitch for a number. And guess what she said? She said, I got a boyfriend. I ain't get her shit. I was like, you know what? Have a nice day. You can't win all the time. You feel me? I don't count that as a rejection. Some niggas might. Even if she was like, nah, I'm good. Fuck it. Okay, cool. Having a great day. Like, niggas don't be scared to take, like, hell no. Like, or whatever she say. I know sometimes niggas be like, oh, she can say is no. That bitch might call you a ugly ass nigga. Fuck it. You be that ugly ass nigga. But guess what? You still get to live a great life and do you. Don't be afraid. Best case, you get the bitch. You get me? Keep it pushing. But I feel like a lot of times the internet they made niggas like scared to communicate in person. You feel me? She might be a stranger, but yeah, you know, just be respectful and go up to her. She's still a human being. Like,
what it feels like from the inside is, oh my God, if only it was 50 years ago, this would have been super easy, which actually takes a lot of agency away from you,
Yes.
which would have been, it was going to be hard then
Yeah.
in 1960.
It's always
and
hard.
It's always going to be hard.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And
The
you
conditions
can overcome
are
it.
different.
Correct.
The conditions are different, and you have to acknowledge that. But that should not be the reason why you turn inward and just say, never mind, I'm giving it up, because there is no hope. There were always going to be problems. There was always going to be hurdles that you had to overcome with dating. Dating is not easy. It's not fun. Nobody likes, opening up, and being very vulnerable and being like, stab me in the heart if you don't like me. I mean, nobody likes that. But if you acknowledge that and understand that, the risk could come with just an incredible reward and an incredible payoff, but you do have to take responsibility and you do have to take those steps. I also think,
also too, for a lot of women on dating apps, you gonna get a lot of niggas just trying to fuck. Cause niggas is really bold. They on the phone. They like, you feel me? Whatever the case may be, they gonna be like, I'm just trying to fuck. I've talked to many women and they be like, oh, niggas just trying to fuck me. And if you a nigga and you listening and you like, damn, I don't get no bitches, whatever. This your chance to be the white knight. You ain't gotta be the white knight, but you can approach a woman respectfully, and that will go a long way. Cause a lot of niggas is literally on that bitch getting on like, yeah, I'm trying to fuck. Like, I want to FWB, whatever. You get on that motherfucker, have a conversation with her, whatever. It's gonna take you a long way. You feel me? A lot of women look for conversations and shit. So,
for women especially, women by and large are having, they're setting these insane standards. And
How
very,
so?
very, very, very superficial standards. I mean, you see it on social media. There was that whole trend of like, I want a guy in finance who's 6'5", blue eyes. If you see that, she wrote this whole song about it.
Yeah.
And it's a joke, but it's not. Because they have this image in their mind of what kind of guy they want. And I think they see a lot of relationships on social media. They see men on social media. This is going to be the guy that's available to me. When you look at those numbers of, the percentage for both men and women of men who are whatever height they want, make, 6 figures plus, are single, are not overweight, are between this age bracket
It's a rounding error.
It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
small,
And the same-
small chances. And also, if you are one of those people, you got to take in consideration those people know that they valuable. Like me, once I get to where I'm going, nigga, if I ain't got no girl, like no girl to hold me down on the come up, nigga, it's up for y'all bitches. I'm not cuffing y'all. I'm fucking. I'm telling the bitch I'm fucking. I tell them now respectfully, but I'm gonna be a dickhead about it. Bitch, we fucking and you leaving, like, cause it's like I know I'm valuable. To that point, I know that I'm what you want, and you want like a husband out of me, but fuck you, cause it's like you wasn't there. You wouldn't want me if I didn't meet your standards. So because of that, I'm gonna fuck you. You feel me? But I'm not gonna give you what you want. You feel me? Not finna cuff you, cause why would I? The next bitch want me. The other bitch want me. You feel me? All of y'all bitches want me because I became the person that y'all want. And a lot of bitches don't take that into consideration when they make these unrealistic standards and they curving all of these niggas that want them, that don't meet their standards. They not thinking. Like, even if you meet that dream nigga, 9 times out of 10, unless you that dream woman, which you probably not, you just gonna end up, he might fuck you and that's about it. But motherfuckers don't. Life is just crazy. That's why you just live life half fun.
Goes for women. If, like, you know, if you want a woman who is not on the left, is not on any kind of antidepressants, who's, you know, a certain weight, that one is
I love the fact
insane.
that the equivalent for women of a guy being 6 foot and
Yes,
6
is
figures with a six
not
pack is
mental.
not on antidepressants and not on the left.
That's
Yes,
real though.
not
They
obese.
laughing, but
And
ain't.
again,
It's so many. I've talked to a lot of women, and it's something wrong with them. Something. And I love women. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm not saying this like to be like women is crazy, but like it's something wrong with them in some sort of way. Like, it's crazy. Like, a lot of them, even if it's just something small, it's the fact that it's something wrong with you. Now, and I'm not talking about like, oh, you got a flaw. No, I'm talking like physically or like mentally. Like she said, antidepressants. You like, she depressed as hell, or some type of health concern, or like it's kind of crazy.
tiny.
And I'm
And
talking about, like, we
obviously, I'm
young
not
as hell.
saying
Why
have
that's so
no
wrong with
standards.
you?
The bar is, you know, on the floor.
I don't know.
But you also have to meet people where they are, and you also have to know what you're bringing to the table and be aware of, like, what you will be able to get, basically. Like, what is the mutually, what am I trying to say here? To figure out the right way to phrase this. It's like, who is your equal partner in the dating marketplace?
Do you think that there's
That's a good point. A lot of, and that's what I was just saying. Bitches don't be thinking that they want this dream nigga, and let's say they somehow get in this conversation with this dream nigga. They're not thinking, oh, what can I provide to him, also to make him want me and make him choose me only. That's what I'm saying. These bitches be like, nah, I'm gonna curve all of these other niggas that's around my status and around my, you feel me? Instead of getting with him and working our way up together, I'd rather get this dream built nigga already. I'm gonna just think he gonna want me just because I'm a they in their head thinking they like an 8, bitch really a 5. You feel me? And now you gonna end up maybe getting fucked. Like I said, oh, that's a maybe. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I'm gonna be right now I'm generous. I sometimes fuck BBWs and shit. Like, I'll fuck a mid bitch on some cool shit. But like, once I'm on, nigga, I'm stingy with the dick. I'm stingy with this motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not. If a bitch can come around the corner, butt booty ass nigga. If I don't want you, I'm low key. Cause like I said, it's like, you feel me? I can get some coochie. I ain't really a big deal. Like, coochies it's available. It's around. Like, you feel me? It ain't that hard to get. It's like, you saw, yeah. At that point, if you not a certain woman, level of woman, deeper than this ass, you low key getting kicked to the curb. And I think a lot of niggas with value will do you like that. And they know that they valuable. Like, niggas like, oh yeah, all these bitches, if you not even at a certain standard, they gonna be like, move on. A lot of y'all bitches don't even meet that standard.
case for settling?
And y'all want a 6 foot rich nigga.
I don't think of it as settling. I think of it as being, again, aware of what your options are and what you're bringing to the table. Like, I talk to women all the time, and, you know, I want this, I want this, I want this. What are you bringing? Like, are
Yeah.
you
Think that
Are you the
coochie-
type of woman that these men are
Coochie
going
ain't even that good. Coochie mid. Coochie dry.
to go for? Are you the high value woman? I kind of hate those terms, but the high value woman, the high value man. If you aren't going to the gym, if you aren't taking care of yourself, if you don't like children, if you only care about your career and you don't want to, if you hate the patriarchy, I don't want to support a man, I don't want to care about a man, and you want a provider man who is, fit, in shape, cares about his health, that's not going to match up. He's not going to go for you. And so then if you're not seeing what you want in the dating landscape, I'd say, put it on yourself then. What
I was going to say, you got to look at yourself. It's a mirror. If you're not attracting what you want, you got to look at yourself. You got to look inward. That's why me right now, I'm working on myself. I'm eating every day, you feel me? I'm working out. I'm gaining weight, you feel me? I'm finna fuck around. I'm finna get into some lucrative business decisions and career opportunities, you feel me? Get this paper. Niggas working on themselves. And niggas young. So that way, you feel me? When the time come around and it's time for me to really choose and find my wife, niggas be like, ooh, I want you. Bitch gonna be like, oh, this nigga got this going for himself. And he how old? Oh, yeah. You feel me? Straight up.
can you do to level yourself up? If you don't like the options that are available
And sometimes
to
you gotta take L's to learn in life. You gotta lose sometimes. Sometimes niggas lose and ball up in the corner and cry. Other times niggas lose and be like, I'll never lose again. I'm one of them type of niggas. It might hurt, whatever. You might take that L, but you gotta get your ass up and be like, all right, never again though. Straight up.
What can you do to put yourself in a situation where you're going to meet those types of people and be on their level? Number one, that just makes you a better human being because you're bettering yourself. But then again, it's putting the agency back on themselves.
I'll drive off
You
hatred,
have the
nigga,
opportunity
and
to make
anger.
the change.
Well, that's a very radical message, I think, to give to women. It's kind of radical to give to men because at the moment there's a lot of sort of despondency and cynicism and melancholy on both sides. But especially for women, there's an insight that I learned a couple of years ago that personal development for men and personal development for women are completely inverted. So men are told that the world is immutable and you are mutable. So you have to wrap yourself up and change yourself in order to fit around the world. And women are told that the world is mutable and you are immutable. You are perfect as you are. And it's the world's problem that you need to change. And to me, that's massively patronizing.
Yes.
But the other reason is that it doesn't actually empower women to change because they think if there's any problem out there in the world, it's because of the world and not because of me. So if you're today then say the reason that you are not getting the kind of guy that you want is maybe your fault, maybe there's something you could do to get yourself up to that. No, you should love yourself as you are, queen, you're already a 10, he doesn't deserve you.
And that's that too. That's another problem with the internet. And like I said, more than just the dating scene, but just the internet in general that affects the dating scene. Stop lying to these bitches. You not perfect. Bitch, you fat. And you mid. Work on yourself. You got 3 kids at the age of 22. Your baby daddy in jail. Or that nigga just don't give a fuck. You work on yourself. Go to school. Hit the gym. Make yourself, you feel me? And that's another thing. If a nigga just trying to fuck you, either you and he's straight up like that, it's probably because he's in his head you not even worth putting the time in. You don't look good enough. You not a certain status to where he feels I need to treat this woman with respect to the point where I know she's not just gonna let me fuck off the rip. You feel me? I know that I'm gonna have to go the extra mile to get her to interact with me. Even on a dating app, if I see a picture of you and you fat or you kind of big, and I'm looking at myself, and I'm just I'm comparing me to you, and I'm like, shit, I can take my shit. I know I look good enough. The niggas that she probably want or try to fuck with is a lot lower, so I'm gonna just say I'm trying to fuck, and it might work, cause that means you need to work on yourself, cause I shouldn't feel that way. I shouldn't look at a picture of you or whatever and be like, this bitch so low, I could just fuck her. Nah, it should be I should look at you and be like, oh, she look respectful. Oh, I see she went to school. Oh, shit, she got a degree. Oh, how old? She ain't got no kids. All right, cool. Let me put some effort in. You feel me? This is just advice for if the ladies is here. Work on yourself. Straight up. Men as well, you already know that though. Y'all niggas already know that.
Drives me up a
already
wall.
talked
Well,
about it.
the main problem with it is that there is a small cohort of women for whom growth mindset and improving themselves has been drilled into them, and they're just going to run away and pick up all of the good guys
Yeah.
because there's such a small number of them out there, and the rest of them have
Well,
been
actually, let me say, just in case I didn't touch on it. If you a nigga, same thing. If you ain't get no matches or nothing, there's I don't get no matches. Boo-hoo. No, nigga, you ugly as shit. You fat fuck. Hit the gym. Get your paper up. Work on yourself. It might in the moment, like I said, it might hurt. The moment you might want some coochie, you might not get no coochie. Guess what? Work on yourself. It'll come. Straight up. Just put the work in. It might take some time. It might take some months. It might take some years. You feel me? The right one gonna come when the right one comes, though. And during that time, it's gonna teach you also about yourself. You ain't nothing wrong with being alone, nigga. Straight up.
That's one of
gaslit
the
by this
reasons
shitty
why-
culture.
And that's one of the reasons why I, didn't want to put dating on hold just because of my career. And it's interesting. So my mom and I talked a lot about this. She always said, don't date until you're 30. She was,
She had you at like 38, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And 42. And
Damn.
and that was kind of a joke,
42.
but not a joke. And what she meant by that was know yourself before you get married. She did not mean that in that, you need to have the perfect career, the perfect house, the perfect job, which I think is such a lie because it's much
Life
more
is
fulfilling
life.
to build that and get to that point with your significant other. But that was kind of the running joke in our family. And then when I graduated college, moved to Nashville, we started seeing the world change, just gender dynamics. I think her eyes really her eyes really opened to all of that and seeing that, dating was not the same as when she was dating. The world's
definitely
stability was just not the same. And so when I, left Idaho and moved to Nashville, she was like, you need to find your person. She was like,
It's better to find your person. Because you got to think back then, too. It's like a nigga could work at a grocery store and somehow he could afford a house, have kids, and a wife, and be able to afford shit like that. Or, work one job. Today, it's different now. It's better to find somebody early on. Because if you wait wait around for motherfuckers to get stable and shit, they probably gonna have a family and all of that already. But if you find somebody early on with some potential, some ambition, and y'all can build together, because it's better to build together anyways. Because like I said, the economy didn't change so much as far as finances and shit go. It's better to have two people. Y'all can really build and do something together. But it's better find somebody early on and build with them. But motherfuckers not thinking like that. Motherfuckers is young, want to do this and that. It's like, all right, do you? You feel me? Live your life.
because the world
Wait
is
a
not
U-turn,
stable.
Mom. God damn it.
Yeah. And so she was saying, this has to be a priority because the good ones are going to get picked up. They probably are being. And,
I was about
it's
to say,
great,
good.
focus on
That's
your
what I'm saying.
career. But
The stable
the women that are
motherfuckers
out
ain't
there
getting picked
knowing
up.
that they're going to need a partner because the world is getting increasingly unstable because we don't know what's happening, in politics, in, whether there's going to be some apocalypse. She's very much a prepper. And then also just in terms of values, like those are the ones that are going to be snatched up from the get-go. And she was like, don't put that on hold. She was like, I'm sorry that I told you don't date until you're 30, but your mindset needs to change about that. And I'm so glad that she did.
Where did you meet your
That's
husband?
actually a good point too. Because back then a lot of people had the same type of values. Shit didn't change so much. Like I said, motherfuckers want to party, this and that. Motherfuckers be old as hell, not working, that ain't got shit going on in life. You feel me? It's like, but back then a lot of people would be on the same page as far as like, being able to get somebody. You could find more. It's like back then they had more good apples in the batch. Now it's like, if you wait around, all the good apples is on top, and people gonna grab them. And then what you got left is the apples at the bottom. If you wait, which is all the decayed and the shit that you throw away, they molded and shit. You don't want to wait. Times can change. You feel me?
Through work.
Well, bitches gonna learn. You feel me? You won't. And that's what another thing. That's when I was going back to what I was saying before. Bitches gotta lower their standards because they gonna pass up on good niggas. That's like I just said at the top, because they in the moment and want to be they young and not thinking. They like, oh, I want the nigga like this, not realizing their expectations is too unrealistic, and they gonna end up running back trying to find a good nigga, and they gonna be the only thing that's gonna be left is molded, dirty, bum ass niggas. The dirty molded apples at the bottom, and that's what they gonna be stuck with, because they wanted to chase unrealistic expectations. But not my kid, not my life. Bitch is gonna learn.
Who knew? Daily Wire.
Yeah. Always said I would never do it. We both were like, we'll never do this. Both of us were like, never date at work. And it was something, I mean, I don't know. It's like, it sounds so woo-woo, but literally he walked in, I looked at him, and I was like, that one.
Ooh.
I don't know why. I didn't know anything about him. Something about the way that he carried himself. He's super
Shut
confident
your bitch ass up, nigga.
in a very
I ain't talking about her. I'm talking about you, nigga.
open and engaging way, not a cocky way. I had always gone for very arrogant and cocky guys in the past because I felt like that is what I needed, because I thought that other men were going to be, and boys at that time in college, were going to be intimidated by me and my success, and my intelligence, and the fact that I, graduated college at 19 years old. Like, that was just, I was like, that's what I needed. And then I met him, and it was so solid. There was no insecurities. He was so comfortable in his own skin, was not intimidated whatsoever. So caring, so open, just literally just the way that he carried himself. And then got to know him and realized that we grew up 5 miles apart. He went to high school with my brothers. His photo had been in my brother's 4 yearbooks we have in my.
You know what's crazy? And what's gonna be crazy is when y'all niggas see me on this motherfucker, my swag on the change. I'm gonna come on this bitch full suited. I'm talking about full suit on that motherfucker, tie and all. I'm gonna be in this bitch like, what you talking about? Full beard or some shit. Talking about some. I'm gonna come in this bitch with the what's they called them, like them Carhartt jackets with the like fur on the inside, and like they got collars on the bitch. I'm gonna come in this bitch like, what's up, sir? Fuck you talking about? Hold on, I'm gonna come in this bitch moving different.
Mom's office for the last 15 years.
Straight up, the bitch like
and I
that
had
shit.
no idea when I met him or like laid eyes
Grown
on
man
him.
shit.
And so I've said this before, but falling in love with him and marrying him has felt so much like going home, because it's like I have that tie to our hometown. It was a town when a lot of pretty dysfunctional things happened in my family. One of my brothers passed away, and that's where we were living when that happened. And so I've kind of had a complicated relationship to Chattanooga here in Tennessee. But all the pieces just kind of came together, and it was so easy. I mean, I think I knew within like 2 weeks of going out with him. I was like, this is who I'm going to marry. This is it.
In other news, this episode is brought to you by Maui Nui Venison. Maui Nui Venison brings the healthiest red meat on the
planet. This nigga just hit us with an ad at the end. Like, that's the end of the video. All right. Shout out to them. What? Is it? This ain't the right comment section. Yeah, this ain't the right comment section. Hold on.
How would you categorize
I'm
these?
trying to read the comments on here. He slid into my DMs. Let's see what the comments talking about. My problem with dating is it's hard to find a woman in my age bracket, 20 to 25, that has the same value as me. A lot of young women care about the social aesthetic and not building a future for family. Very true. Motherfuckers want to live their life on the internet, have some type of, you feel me? Have some type of internet status and shake ass and do this and that, and not think about, like, you feel me, the future. Now, of course, it's not all women, because niggas say you need more value. It's not all women, but a lot of women, and they don't, you feel me? They don't, and this all goes back to, like I said, they not thinking ahead. They thinking in the now. They thinking, oh, I want the 6 foot, 7 figure, whatever, and they not thinking like, oh, well, for me to get that in the future, I need to work on myself now. They like, no, I want that now, and they just, you feel me, passing up on niggas like Kawhi Wilson or whatever this nigga name is. Let's see. I dated one coworker. I was like 16 though, so that don't really count. Let's see. So this nigga, I've seen a few comments. I'm gonna read this one. 2 attractive, successful people are talking about the difficulties of dating. Not to say they haven't struggled as well, but they're not playing on the same difficulty as the rest of us. This goes back to what niggas was saying. If you feel that way, then work on yourself. Make it so y'all on the same playing field. Don't be like, oh, they need to drop down to my level. Oh, they don't understand. No, work on yourself so you can be like, well, I can clearly see they on a different playing field than me, but that don't mean I can't work my way up. You might not look like them. That's fine. Work your way up in other ways. You feel me? But niggas always want to make like sly remarks like this, but don't want to put no work in for real. I think she look good. She's not average. She's cute. The girl, what's her name? She was cute. Brett Cooper. She's definitely not average, but she's nothing like a dime or nothing by any means. She's attractive though. I agree with that. I like this. He said women are dating for accessories now, not a partner. He says that's how dating should be. You should have all your shit together, and they are there as an accessory to your hobbies and day-to-day things. Like I said, you should have standards for sure, but um, and you should have things you don't tolerate, of course. But I think a lot of women are, and to his point, saying that women are dating for accessories. They're trying to find niggas that's already at a certain level. You feel me? Not all women, of course, but a lot of not a lot, but some women are looking for men at this level to be like, oh, I got this. That's why the 6 foot 7 figure, so they can brag and be like, oh, I got that 6 foot 7 figure man. Instead of being like, I got this man, but he's as ambitious. He's in school. He's working. Whatever the case may be, they don't want to be like, oh, we're working towards something. They'd rather be like, it's like having a Louis bag. Would you rather have a I don't really even know brands for real, but a Coach bag, I guess. Coach is expensive too. Like a cheap bag, they rather have the Louis bag off the rip. Like if you give them two options, they gonna take the Louis bag, right? Because it's the better accessory. They want the better accessory off the rip, but you can't. Human beings ain't built the same. You feel me? They not accessories, but it is what it is. Motherfuckers do what they want. You live and you learn. You feel me? If you lose your bitch, or if she don't want you because of a specific reason, be like, all right, fuck it. Learn from it. Work on yourself. Keep it moving. Can't find nobody, just keep working. It'll come. Good vid, though.